Hey guys, how are you doing? And in this episode, I like to share my first impression with iOS 17 after installing it in my iPhone 12. When the developer preview or developer beta version 2 comes out next month, we will also get the public beta version 1. So with this first version of developer preview, many people are tempted to install it in their primary device. My suggestion is to not install it in your primary device, and by any chance if you have tried installing it, because previously we have to download a beta profile separately and register our website into the beta program. But right now you can simply follow the steps suggested in our previous episode. I'll leave a link to that in the description, and you can install the developer beta or public beta right away once it's available. Official release of iOS 17 will happen around end of September when the next iPhone comes out. So if by any chance you have installed it accidentally and wanted to experience the iOS 17 developer preview in your iPhone or iPad, and you're not liking the overall features that Apple have demonstrated at WWDC, frequently crashing or it is not working as it's supposed to be, then you can roll back to the stable version iOS 16.5. I have already done a video about step-by-step guide on how to downgrade iOS without any data loss, so you can follow that. The link is available in the description and in the first comment. And it is important to know that you need a computer and iTunes, or if it is a Mac computer, then you can do that with the Finder. So without involvement of the computer, it is not possible to downgrade or roll back to the stable iOS version. Let's quickly test the commonly used apps, banking apps and all other apps are working fine or not. And this is my own app that I have it for another channel, and as you can see, it is working perfectly fine. It is well optimized for iOS 16.5. Surprisingly, it is working without any crash issue with the iOS developer beta preview version, which is the first beta version. And so far there is no crash, and you can see the HDFC Bank application usually crashes when the iOS 15 and iOS 16 released. The beta version, first or second beta, or it took like 3 to 4 betas for the banking apps to work normally. But to the surprise, most of the commonly used applications are working fine in the iOS 17 without much crash problems. But it doesn't mean that you can install it right away. From my personal experience, even though banking apps and other third-party apps work without any crash, the features that Apple have added exclusively for the iOS 17 is not working properly. That is one important thing that you should aware about. So the main reason that people go for the beta version is to experience those features. So all of a sudden the springboard refresh will happen and your phone could get restart, and you may see blank pages or UI merged with other applications or with the top control center when you try to navigate. Such sort of UI glitches could happen, and the only troubleshooting step that you could follow is restarting your iPhone and checking it again. If the problem repeatedly happens, then you need to wait for the next beta update to fix those problems. During this testing, I felt some kind of heating issue in the back just by showing few applications opening and closing, checking the settings, even for this normal usage. So this sort of incidents won't happen with the stable version. If it did happen, then we can fix it with some troubleshooting steps like all settings reset. But with the beta, it is quite impossible to fix such problems. One more thing I want to highlight is I haven't noticed any battery health reduce after installing the beta version. If it is a schedule to be getting the battery health reduced, then eventually it will happen, but for me it didn't happen. That is all. Thank you so much for watching. For more useful iPhone, iPad and Mac related tips and tricks, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thank you and have a wonderful day.